I said I was going to be here in 10 minutes. And I'm early and I'm usually late. Usually early, I'm usually late. I'm learning to just be there on time. So I'm thinking, today, yesterday, or tomorrow. What day is the day before tomorrow and after yesterday? Will that day come? What's a day? What's a day? What do I do? Why do I come out here with this? What do I do? You know what an emoji is. You see a smiley face. You think inside your head, oh, I see a smiley face. I see, let me take a look at all these emojis and I'm gonna just go from there. Right? And so if I want to talk to you, what would I say? Oh my God, to everybody who's here and wants to learn, right, from the bottom of your heart into understanding where the heart begins. If you can see with your eyes, you are connecting to your heart. If you can hear with your ears, you are connecting to your heart. When you listen to music, you are connecting to your heart. When you see light, you are connecting to your heart. When the dog hears a sound and is going nutty, running all around, and you can't question what is going on, you have no idea, but your dog does. Well, what about us? What about us? Are we not what that dog is? No more, maybe no less than what that dog is in this particular area. In fact, in this particular area, we are much less. We don't feel or hear the same vibrations that the animals do. And you basically can only know in a scientific fact, but you haven't been one to know. To know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth because you were in the body of the dog. Now, hold on a second. I played golf, and I've heard in golf it's a dog leg. Is that off to the left? Left is blue, blue is a boy, boy is for man on the moon. So you're not a dog. So do you hear as well as the dog? Because I'm referring to the hearing. Maybe I'm referring to the sight with the eyes and the ears to hear. And it's all connected to the heart. Every thought is connected to the heart. Why? Where is the first piece of information going in that thought? And why are we unlike the dogs, and why just like the dogs? Because between dog and man, our greatest connection, okay, is day 6. That is our greatest connection. On day 6, it was animal and it was man. It was the better hearing of that animal that sees, and not when it connects to the heart, but it's instinct, it's knowledgeable thought. So when does something hurt a child at birth? Is it sound? So then we have to think of sound. And that sound is one of the things that goes to the heart. And that sound has eyes and ears, but it only sees its, what it does. It's the reaction. It's only the reaction. And now we have to give color commentary on a reaction, but it has no words, but it's a reaction. Our heart had a reaction to something it didn't see and it didn't hear. Because I'm not a dog and I can't hear everything a dog or some animals can hear, and I can't see what some animals can see. So therefore, before something attacks me, I cannot see it and I cannot hear it. As a human of who I am, but within the soul. Now, is it having any effect within the soul without having the spirit? How can something be felt and knowledgeable when in this earth, do you hear the trees actually cry? Unless you want to call it the wind blowing through its leaves, but then I'd be happy, I'd be tickled pink. So animals and man, and we already know that what we can't see and what we can't hear is actually hurting us more than anything else. And it's not in the water, okay? And it's not in the air. Next, it is in the water and it is in the air, but it's okay because you've accepted things in your life. Fluoride. It's not so bad if you don't take much, but what if you do take a lot? What animals can't touch fluoride? How about Javel or Javex? What is in the air that an animal or a machine, or at what part of time will this machine, an air cleanser, take this particle out of the air, and can your body exchange it at the same time? Oh, it doesn't matter this and it doesn't matter that, but everything is measurable. Like right now, the weather is measurable. If I go back 10,000 years, oh my God, it's warmed up. If I go 20,000 years back, oh my God. I'm going to show you something about the weather, which is really funny, right? And I'm not going to use the real numbers, but I'm going to show you the line. Okay, here's today, 2024. Here we're going to go 1980. Here we're going to go the year 1000. Okay, here I'm going to do the year minus 2000. And here I'm going to use the year minus 20,000. In the year minus 20,000, right, to the year 200, to the year 1000, or to the minus, let's go plus and plus. It's warmed up 2 degrees since minus 2,000 years ago. But since minus 20,000 years ago, okay, it has cooled down 3 degrees. It depends how far back in time and where you're, because all along this time is it's heating and cooling and heating and cooling and heating and cool, you know, it's like, you know, you ever play cards or let's go to a, oh, it's got to happen one day. It fell ahead. It's going to happen a tail. It's going to happen a tail. It's going to happen a tail. Yeah, maybe one day it'll happen a tail. But when you're talking about the climate and the change of the temperature, right? What does it mean to change the temperature? Is it a climate change? What does climate mean? What does climate mean? Climate. Oh my God, I just thought of a word. Okay. First of all, the word mate, male, it's coming into 2 worlds. It's coming into the first world, climate. Where do I see this? I see this, first of all, I see the M for 4, 5, and 6, and 1,000. The way to get to 1,000 equally is 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, 10 is equal to 30, okay, and 1,000 equals to 1030. So right away, I know it's connecting to man, it's connecting to the moon, it's connecting to gold, means it's in the center of something. It has a center to it, right? Bowling runs with 10 frames. Baseball, you're in extra innings, means the game was tied, which is, for example, time, for example. What does that mean, time, for example? It means when you have the first T in front, right? It automatically means, okay, that it's time, right? T for time or TO for timeout. But what if it's not TO and it's TI? It's the sun system's time management. When I and E comes together, that means, for example. I and E, for me, has always mean, for example. And what's ironic, example of what? And how do we understand these, right? I'm going to show you FC, basic creation of the 6th day. I'm going to show you the home. 4 and 1, 5, 6 and 3, 9, I and E, to where 5 and 4, right, comes together, telling me about the passage in the sun, the one spirit. And here it's just telling me about the empty houses. Now it can be explained in two ways. When the center dot is not here, there are 4 full areas, 25% each. In this one over here, just by placing that center dot, it interrupts everything. Therefore, I have to question myself. Can I go linear, linear, linear? Or do I put a square here and go linear here, linear here? And this, what is over here, automatically takes up the center cube. But regardless, because there's 5 here, each one will take up 20%. Each one here will take up 25%. There's 5 dots. There's a total of 6 dots, 5 dots, 4, 3, 2, 1, which equals to 21. On each side, you see there's 6, but there's an area in the center, which above and below, which makes 9. So 9 times 5 is 45. The average dot value is 5. 5, 5, 5, and 5. So 4 equals to 20. 5 equals to 25. 6 equals to 30. I'm just give me a second. 5 dots. The area of 100%, 5 dots equals to 25, and 5 times 20 equals to 100. But are we working at 100? Can it be 5 times 12 equals to 60, or 5 times 18 equals to 90? Because I need to get the formation of certain numbers. I need to know where I can go with something. And here it's 5 times 12, which means maybe it's 12% of the total. No, it's more than 12. It's 60% of the totality that it's taking up. We have to understand its percentages. This is numerology. This is numerology. Understanding, or maybe it's entomology, numerology. I don't know what I want to call it. But because I'm learning it all through math and through numbers, even though I'm understanding it also through words, the same way now it's telling me what 5 does or what 5 can do. So by understanding what 5 can do, we're going to understand, and it could be 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever number it is. By understanding what everything can do and what it does, what it actually does, we're living it in the year right now, so we know exactly what it does because we're doing the work. We're doing the footwork to get there. You know, I'm not saying, hey man, you need a tire for your car. What's a tire? Well, this is what it is, and that's how it works, and this is what it's made from, and how it stays together. We need the air to breathe. The word air is a cell. Inside that cell is a full definition of the composition of what air is. And because the substance of what air is, or C2O or H2O, because we gave it numbers, it's telling us what's going together with what and to make up what it is, and then giving it a name within its own, which is a combinations of realities. That what is air. So let me just jump to that subject and say right over here, what is air? See, it said R, right? See, it made a mistake with A-R-E, right? I'm going to go A-I-R, which brings me up to another point, is every time A-I makes a mistake, I use the mistake with it, right? Air, R, oh, you can do area, arena. Arena seems to like go around, arena, gather around the ring, gather around the R ring. What does it mean? Why R? Why R? So now, what is the infrared radiation? Oh, it says IR. You see now it says infrared radiation inside of that, right? It's just like, let me look up this other thing. All the word combinations of words you can have using IPS. So, okay, so With IPS, you also have PSI, which is a air pressure. Okay. With IPS, what about when you don't have your IPS address? You have your IPS address. We're in the house of bait. The @ sign, the address to worlds, from one world to another world. What is the RIP rips? Does it rip or rest in peace? Your IPS address. @ is on the number 2 key of your keyboard. AM, FM, or PM. I like to put the PM for the woman. And the woman goes with Eve because that's the menstrual cycle right here. I think that's what they call it. So this is number 29, the IT system. Somehow it comes in that the sun comes in for the woman towards the moon. This is the half-life. This part connects to the moon. Why do I say that? Well, when I'm doing understandings of this, I see that these two are in the center and disrupting the outside of this cube. If I base this cube on this, which captures the 4 corners, I will know there are 3 parts of this, 4, 5, and 6, that corner, right, all have the 4 in it. I don't need the 4 anymore. I only need to work with the 5 and the 6, and I got all that I need. I will have 7 of 9. You can never obtain more than 7 and 9 when drilling holes into this cube. So since I obtained 7 and 9, I have 14 of 18. 14 of 18, which is now 5 and 9, the exemplar world. The Knights of the Templar, exemplar, Templar, ET coming together, time, the E-world time, time out, the IT coming in, the IT system number 29. Number 29, don't forget that the IT system number 29. Also, number 29 are the letters, oh my God, I'm not happy, are the letters O and N. And every time I see O and N, I always think of the same thing. Okay. LMNO, I like to ring together. I like to take a string. Do I have a string here? Just so happens I do have a string. And I like to take this finger here, right? And like that, and like that, and like that. Something, let me see if I got that right. I take it like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. When I do that, okay, do you see the double knot on this finger, but only the single knot on this finger is the second and third finger? Now, what does any of this means? I'm tying up 4 fingers in the alphabet. I'm tying up 4 letters in the alphabet. And the reason for that is they're the even. They come together, meaning the 13th and 14th, the center of the alphabet is between M and N. We're not just going to hang these 2 together, because if I put up another piece, another wall onto this one over here, right, I should just be connecting these together. I should have did that with the cord, right? I should have did that with the cord. Maybe I should have did. Like that, and then maybe come back. I don't know, something like this. No, yeah, something like that with the cord. So anyways, I got to tie these up because the center of the alphabet is right over there. The 13th and the 14th. The 13th, the 14th, 13.5. I'm going to get back to what I was talking about in a minute. $13.5, the letter M, the letter E. The first letter is S, A, J, C, L, U, N, E, W. So what I'm going to do in here is, oh, did I get that right? M-E, right. So I'm going to take M-E, which is the M13, the E5 equals to R18. Maybe I can finish off the word with Mercury. This is 5, this is 3, this is 1. S-U-N, sun. A-C-E, ace. JWL. I'm not sure if it's going to say jewel or LJU. I'm not sure what it's going to say, but this is the combinations of letters that are used and not used when using this. We also have these two letters in here. So it's going to say, can we look at this as matter and energy, right? Can we say the word mer is a French word meaning ocean? And by the way, when you put this together, you get, I think this, no, hold on a second, not this result. This is 36. 360 degrees with the ocean. Doesn't matter which way the oceans go, they'll always encompass the islands, right? Otherwise, it's a planet of water. Matter 77, energy 77, ocean is C and E is 8, 23, 24, 38. Gold means connecting everything together, all three together to the heavens, all three oceans, or all 8 oceans connecting the 3 worlds, whichever way you want to put that orange back together. Is it 3, 8? Is it 8, 8, 8? Is it 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3? 3. Is it 8 to the power of 3 or 3 to the power of 8? Or is it 3 plus 8, 3 times 8, equaling to 24, equaling to 11, equaling to what is 35 and 13? The first time I get the 13, the second time I get the 13 equals to 13 and 42 equals to 55. This one equals to 48. You minus and you add it again to end. So here's where 2 of the 13s come together. Another thing is when you have matter and power, when you have, energy, and you have, I'm just trying to think, and you have the cross. So if you're talking about the cross, are you talking about Rubik's Cube? You need 3 Rubik's Cube for the cross, and then you need the 1 cube. Now, I'm not sure how the whole thing is. I'm not sure if it's just 3 by 3, or should we be having 1 Rubik's Cube here, and then we have a center Rubik's Cube here, and then each one of these, let me call this the pig. Each one of these are Rubik's Cubes is not exactly just, when I say, I'm just trying to see if it goes in this way. Oh, I can go this way maybe. So I might just say 1 root, but it's not 1. It's 1 whole one in the center here. And then all the way around, there are 9 more. Is it all the way around that there are 9 more? Just let me think about it. I have the 1 in the center because I need each one of the houses. And then you need the passage for the center cube to go back to the home. It's an area space that needs to be empty in certain instances. I have to see if I can explain what I'm showing you here. I'm going to see if I can explain it. Did I do that right? No, it's here. And the reason why certain pieces or emojis are out there is because, you see that over here, right? Certain signs are out there is because of what's going on. I can go this way, right? But I can't go this way. I have stoppers. Here it slips underneath it and they hop over. Click, 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 click. Now, how many of these are there? I'm not sure if there's 6 in each one of the quadrants, here, 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 and here. And then is there anything in between here? What goes in between here? Or does it go up on another level? I'm trying to figure out how this has to be built. I had it in my head. I lost it. but there's more than one. But just to note with one of these, and I'm a little bit all over the place because I'm going to get back to this. Each one of these are 26 and 1. And it's noted to be what we're going to do is we're going to count 8, okay? 8 and 8, 8 and 8, 8 and 8. So it's, are we going to do 808 or 818? The 818 is going to tell us about the center of this. Inside here is one area. Up here is one area. And down here is one area. And each one of these has a circle around it. Here, I get to see it. The center one I don't get to see. Is that the 808? Because I don't see what's in the center. And there's truly only 3 reds. And that is 6. And then over here, I have the 1 white, right? And the 1 yellow. So look, I'm going to show you this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. I have 3. So I have 3. And now I'm going to turn it completely around. I wish I can put a piece of tape on it. I'm going to show you. See that side? Turn it completely around. I have another 3. And in between, I have 1 here because this one is connected to this one. So I'm talking about the number of blocks I have. Even though there's 2 colors, it's 1 block. So I have 3 blocks here. Don't count this one. I have 3 blocks here and don't count this one. So I only have 1 extra block here. That's it. 1 extra block here because I counted these 3 and I counted these 3 and it's these 2 over here that I didn't count. So I have 3, 1, 1, 3, or 1, 3, 3, 1, whichever way you want to go. 1, 3, 1, 3. Right? There's many ways we can do it. Depending on how I put these numbers together, it might tell me whether I'm going up this way or going this way. So this is this center over here. There's 3 rows. There's 8, and then there's 1 in the center. I don't want to count the center. So if I go 88, I'm not counting the center. And then I go 88 and 8 and 8 and 8 and 8 for every single side. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And there's opposites. So every single side will get 16. Did I get that right? 8 and 8 is 16, right? And then after you do that, it'll be 8 and 8, and the other 8 will be 16 and 1. 8 and 8, and then just a 1 in the center of this cube that you don't see. That's 1 for all. It's not the 8 here. See the 8 here and the 8 here, and then you see the 16 and 2. Or should we mark it 16 and 1 and 1? Because if I'm talking to 2, I have to be talking about the outside. If we're talking to 1, I'll be talking about all of these and what's the center of it to the inside, if you're following that. Okay, so we're going to leave that alone right now. So what it is we can also have matter and energy for M and E. We can also have what is Mars and Earth. This is what connects us to understanding how the numbers come together as 51 and 52 and 103. JC, can we use it for Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. M-E. Is that why it's a Merry Christmas? Right? And I think that the French spell Merry. Let me see Merry Christmas in French. Let me see this for a second. How do you say Merry Christmas in French? Oh, Joyeux Noël. How do you say Merry in French? Like Merry Happy in French?
In French, that's Mairie en français.
No, that's not good. What does M-A-R-R-I, a French word?
In French, that's Est-ce que c'est marrant?
Wow, that's terrible. Oh, it's Mary. Sorry, just give me a second here. You know what I did to the word? Wow. Let me look here. No, French translation. What is the word mere, mare? Mary translation, French, English. Let me see what this says here. Mary's wishes. Max is a special boy. Mary. I'm not really sure. I think it's just a name. No, I don't have it. Okay, so um, so let me explain it to you without showing you the stuff right now. I want to put my face up there. Do I have the? Well, how long are we on here? 30 minutes. Okay, 10 more minutes for the fish. So yes, so we're talking about the Rubik's cube and the eights. So now, and we're trying to understand Q because the 17th letter is P and A equals to what is Q. Uh, so that is the one, and then it would be P and B will equal to what is R. And P and R is the 16th and 18th. And the difference, there's a difference between the 16th and the 18th in numbers. First of all, 1 and 6 is 7, so it's on the left in numbers, right? 1 and 7 is 8. 1 and 6 is 7. Did I get that right? No. The 16th letter. The 16th letter. Hold on a second. 16th letter. Yes. 1 and 6 equals to 7. The other is 1 and 8 equals to 9. They're on two opposite sides. Through the gateway is the birth. What does it mean through the gateway? Can it be the spirit, the air that goes into the body, giving it life? This body does not have life on its own. I'm sorry. This body has no life. This body has no life. This body has lives. This body has lives. Your soul has 10 fingers and 10 toes. Your mind, your body, your hand, each hand, the body. You breathe. Without that air of breath, which is the life that comes inside of you, then who are you? Because the air is alive before it even got to you. Why does it need you? Why does that energy need you? What will happen to that energy? Will it go away and come back in the rotation of its creation? Like the magnetism of creating the energy, everything feeding off each other. Are we using up the energy and energy space when it's all inside of one area? Energy all inside of one area. How do you lose it? How does something go down? Where does it go to? What is its makeup of energy? Matter and energy. Does the matter go away? I break it, I smash it, I eat it, I put it in my mouth, I go to the bathroom. I ate for 10,000 pounds of food in my lifetime. And where is that 10,000 pounds now? And also the weight of what I drank. So will we ever be able to figure that out? Is area space disappearing is another question. We live in the IT system, of the ET system, of the UT system, and the OT system, which is actually a TO system, timeout, right? We were talking about time before. I think I'm going to have to go back to that. The ME in time, matter and energy. The IT in time is the birth, and it is the crossings of the two worlds between the H and the I, bringing them together, putting the bricks together. Bricks. Why is it coming out right now? Because we're building back the bricks, building back better, because remember that art, right? Building back better. And the bricks. And we had the word time, the IT system in the sun. Time is number 47. We're going to use this brick, which is what happens is this. Once you have this, you know you had this. This creates this. This creates this. This creates this. This and this are the same. This is its, this is what is 1 and 1, 2 in the base creation, meaning that I believe we began our countdown at T minus. And then you'd have to have T minus, and then T minus, and then T minus again. Here's the base 60 of the 20 that's been created. This you would refer to as hockey. You would also refer to this as 120 by 3 for your 360 times 4, because you need to win 4 to get the 1440, which are the minutes in a day. To where you need the 6 days of creation, right? Where God rests on the seventh day. So that should it be a creation of equality, 3 and 3, there is no seventh day, because the seventh day is of rest for the one God, okay, which is the conversion of TD. Your delta angle is that the delta angle, or is that one the delta angle, right? Although I think they say this one over here is the delta angle, to where you'll be created between two worlds, two world divides. Now the question is it two world divide or to divide a world? And when you have your TD or your touch, was it a human touch? Was it a touchdown? It was day 6 for the touchdown to the 1 point of the conversion. And then we start right over here. Here is CF, center fields. Here we have the hash marks. Is it 4? Right? And we have 16 hash marks that we can use. Your 3 by 3, your 3 plus 3 is your 6 and 9, which is your A, B, C to what is your B, C, D creation, to what is your complete usage of A, B, C, D. Put these together and format them so where we can get the 10 code for the 4 world, which is the mirror. And then we're going to call that Mars, to where Earth is the life function. Earth is 3. Where Earth is numeric value 52 and Mars is numeric value 51, we get this at the 7th gate. We get this 4th planet, okay, to create on day 6. 6 and 4, 10, 7 and 3, 10. This will be a red one. This will be black. Earth will be red. Mars will be black in this scenario because of games. Mars will end up to be DC at 34 or 134. The reason for that is it's pretty simple, is that the word 1 equals to 34. To where what was this? It's that in hockey there's 3 periods. We need to get around 1 times 360, right? And a full 360 for what is a day, noted to be a day, is 4 times 360 degrees to get the 1440 minutes. We're looking at 360, but we need to complete the day of 24 hours, because at the 24 hours, we pass the 7th gate on every single day. 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. In between goes the 7th gate. And everything I talk about can be found right here, right here. right over here, right over here. You can go to the ATM, you can go to the casino, you can pick up a deck of cards, you can buy stuff at the store to tell me my IP address is underneath the stone where I'm going 10-7 Q, 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. I'm an earth created connected product through BCE 2, 3, and 5, the halfway part of time. BCE. Why don't we call it the bell? We can call this You know, this word prize in French can also be looked at as une prise, a prize, une prise, tabernacle. Ici, en numérologie, s'il y a du monde qui parle français, on va t'expliquer une chose. On a besoin de balançoire. Si je parle juste anglais, la vibration, il se balance sur quoi? Anglais, il se balance pas. Il n'y a pas de bascule, mais français, anglais, c'est fantastique. And there are other languages also. What I said in French is that we need two languages. We're all connected directly with the resting God on the seventh day. For man was made to walk on the moon. The numeric moon number for moon is 57, reduced mathematically by multiplying and adding up the 5 and 7, 12, 5 by 7, 35, and 12, 47. The numeric value for time, half time is 23.5. Now, I forget why I brought up that part for the halftime is 23.5. We were talking about the touchdown, the field goal, the extra point. Why also they brought back the 2-point play in football, which is 4 quarters, by the way. God, I'm a little bit all over the place now. I broke out from what I was talking about. Yeah, the moon. So that's, even though they say man walks on the moon, because we walk on earth, earth is nature. Nature is known to be female. Man walks on the earth. Man was created from God. Man walks on woman. Man in the moon. Man in the moon, or is it on the moon? And before we were talking about the IT system, the ET system, the OT system, the UT system, could be universal time, could be time out or out of time. Born into the E world, 12 or 21, whichever way you want. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal to 2 and 3, or 3 and 2, whichever way, equals to 5, equals to 5. The moon is number 57, which will also in French, is also the same number to what is the moon. I need 2 languages. I use English and I use French. The first letter and the first letter, E and F. The F letter sounds like F and is for the female. Then I'm trying to figure out how the rest of these come together, but you see they both finish with the creation of the spirit world. They started with the French and they're connecting it with the moon through the English ending in SH. This is ISH. This is EN. This has something to do with orange and a fox. The fox will have something to do with 666, and this is 60. I said this because every time I see this word, we all have that personal relationship with the good Lord, right? I always see this word saying reine, which is queen, or which is fox. This one over here says fear inside of it. It's EFAR. It's either effort or fear, which comes inside of this word. And then at the end, inside of this word also, I also see the bench. Now, if you're on the bench, is that the beginning of the game when you're sitting at the bench? Is it because you're not in the game? Is it baseball? I don't know. So anyways, let's go back on to, we had moon, we had Rubik's Cube. I just want to get back to this Rubik's Cube. So we needed 3 cubes, right? equals to 78 plus 3. 78 is your GH gateway. That's just a gateway to heaven. You can give me another word, but I do know that that star is on 8. I do know that number 8 equals to 49. Okay. I know green equals to 49. I like to put together green 8, Stargate. Okay. And even if you say gate inside of it, right over here, even if you say bait, like the house we live in is the house of bait, but it's could be spelt this way, house for example, or it could be spelt this way. Every time I see a B or an R, I think of awake and asleep because I think of the bear. Or I'm going to think of hops and then I'll think of the bunny rabbit because I can use it as BER or BEAR as separate individual letters. The second and the 18th letter, or the 9 by 2 equals to 18, telling me this is within birth into the sun house, the sun 10 house. How do I get 10 out of all of this and why the sun? Because the beginning of primary source number 18, it's the mirror house. How do I get 18? In French, it is 18. I know in French when they say 80, they're saying, okay, they're saying 4 times 20 equals to 80. So every time I revert to 80, I go 2, 4, 6, and then I go and 2 to go to there. I know that if I start it here and I turn it once, I turn it twice, I turn it 3 times, only when I turn it to the next time am I coming back to the time where I started, doubling up time again. I don't want to do it. I do 2, 2, 2, and then this. The second reason is because ABC, which is equivalent to the first, the second, and the third letter, equals to 6. I know that. What's the difference? Because then when I add D as the fourth letter, it equals to 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. I have turned it around. It went from here to now here. And it keeps on going the same way. So if I would do, anyways, I'm not going to get into higher numbers because then it takes a little bit more thinking. So we see this. So we turned it over. So what happens if I go BCD equals to 9? So now in this scenario, right, I left out 1. In this scenario, I left out 4. 41 is the home. How we bring these two together, they come together between B and C. Citizen band radio, the 10 code. This is how they come together through the 10 code. I know it sounds complicated and I'm a little all over the place, but I'm telling you exactly what it is. So I came to say that 18 is high. It's a birth in the creation heaven. It takes 11 and 22 to create this, which will create 83, and you can call it the clubhouse if you want. You can also call it the planet. You can also call it, what are we going to call it? Yeah, we're just going to call it monkey or ape or gorilla. Because that's everything stems back to those 3 basic words. You see, human, right, equals to the number 57. Moon, 57. Birth, 57. If I say Mars, 51, every letter has a 27 count, the same that goes on with this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now, the thing is, if I count like this, and then I count like this, right? What happens? Can I get to the center of this? What number cube would that be? You can't count it as 13, as if you got to count it as 13.5, although there's 27. Should we start it at A? Should we start it at I? Where do we start the center cube? Can we start it at O, seeing that everything swivels around it, like the O of a single letter, like the donut hole?
So if the 15th one would be in the center, then everything else would be around it. We'd have 1 through 14 on this side, and we'd have 16 through 26 on this side. I'd have 11 and 14 numbers. I'd have 25 of 26 numbers. But that's not an even split. So we'd have to go 1 through, I shouldn't have changed that number. I don't even want to get off on this. I'm just doing this for myself. I just want to see what it should be. If I go 1 through 12, then call this the 13th, right? Then call this M, and then go out on N. So here I would have 12 numbers, and then I'd have one number, and then I'd have these. Should it be done this way? I don't know. The game of pool has 15 balls, but that doesn't tell me anything. Mars and Earth are number 13. M is part of the Federation. It's 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. The total of this is 15 and 100. Let me see. 20 and 120, equaling to what is 135. Matter, energy, the sun, the division of everything. 6 times 5 is 30, times 4 equals 120, plus, did I get that right? Yes, plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals to 15 equals to 135. Here's where I get back to the sun crossing systems, because if I should use this for this, I'm going to cross 1 over 9. I'm going to cross 1 over 9. Then I'm going to cross 2 over 8. Then I'm going to cross 3 over 7. Then I'm going to cross 4 over 6. So if I was to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, I want to create 10s. Look at that. I got all 10s. Let's say I want to create 7. I got 6 and 1 is 7. That's my only 7. Can I create another 7 inside of here? Right? I can create another 7 this way inside of this design. If I was doing this in the true manner, including the 5, where would I put the 5 in here? I put it this way. But when you use it towards a calculator, it looks a little bit different. When you have 1 and 9, when you have 2 and 8, when you have 3 and 7, and you have 4 and 6, you have addition and you have multiplication. And that's my star system, which is found on the 8 key. This is this star system over here. Now, my question is, if I wanted to create the star, can I connect these two here now? And then connect these two over here? And then I'll connect these two over here, and then these two over here. Or if I do it this way, right, this will give me 365.47. The number of days in a year, 365.47. I say 0.22 is lost to the clock. And that has something to do with blackjack. It also has something to do with the cube. There's 21 dots on a cube. I have to get back to what I didn't finish, and I'm probably going to lose some people by now, and I'm not happy, is I was getting back to why we run with 3, and then the fourth one, everything turns. It's 3, and the fourth one, everything turns. It's 3, the fourth one, everything turns. It's 3, then the fourth one, everything turns. Now the next one is 3 and the fourth one, and now the whole system turns once. We have to remember to, I'm going to get back to this again, but I want to explain it to you. Just like we have the seasons in sports, right? We have the seasons, we have sports, and then it comes, we have the season game, and then we have the preliminary to get rid of this certain team that just qualified. They had, well, let's say it was the qualifying. Anyways, let's go down to the basics. It's the quarters, quarter final. They like to use the S, right? And then we have the semi final. Then we have the finals, the final. So what happens through this is over here we have RU and RU, RU and RU. We have all the angels out here, 39, 39, the seventh inning stretch, 21 and 18 outs, where the road team, okay, road, home, and home and road. The HR, Heaven's Angel, the Hare, the Rabbit. Seventh inning stretch, 21 outs and 18 outs. The road team has 21 outs. The home team, okay, is coming up to bat. They only have 18 outs. They're the Angels. The 18 is the Angels, and I spoke about 18, 36, 54, 72, 90. And the next one I'm going to go up is going to get back to 18. How do we do that? I'm going to show you. 18, add 18 to all of these. Now add 18 to this one. 8 plus 0, 8. 9 plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 18. So when we get up to the first, second, third, fourth, and this one's the fifth, this is the sixth, and the sixth is starting over again. Here's your 1. Here's your 2. Here's your 3. Now watch this. I have to move 180 degrees to get the 4. So if I don't go to 4, I would have to go to one other number, right? And it's not 2 or 1 because I already did it. So I'm going to have to go from 3 to 5 or 6. So it's automatic that somehow I'm popping off the numbers and coming into the house of bait. Here is the sun. Here is your creation. This is your what I want to call your creation 6, your first 360 degrees, your first quarter of creation. Quarter can also be called car, which is the quarter back. But since it's a quarter back, it's only 25% of something. And noted that, remember, when you're going through this, how many quarterbacks? If we're playing football, there's going to be how many quarterbacks? There's going to be 4 quarterbacks. 4 quarterbacks times a quarter equals 100%. You're only one of them. Here is your mirror world of the heavens create. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. D we turn over again equals to 10. And now we get 8. This is how we get 18. It's not like it. In French, this is the way they do it, right? And it changes from 60, 70, 80, and 90. Here, we're going to just mark ons. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to mark 10. And here, I'm going to mark 20. Okay? And here, I'm going to mark 10. And here, I'm going to mark single. The reason for that is the last time we're going to count single to single numbers is in the 60, even in French, is from 60, 61 to 69. But when you get to 70, it becomes 60 and 10. When you get to 80, it's 4 times 20 plus the singles. And then you see it's almost like 80 goes into 60, where I just mentioned that the reverse of 6, right? The reverse of 6, the reverse of 6 and 2, 8 is 5 and 1. So the reverse of 3 and 5 is going to be 4 and 2. This is your gateway. It's the energy through the moon. It could be the sun, but the sun is 54. I'm going to need 65 to get through it. And that's where the horse comes in. That's where number 3 comes in. That's where number 7 comes in. That's where number 15 comes in and 23 comes in. Ho, ho, ho as you go. And that's where number 53 comes in. 5 times 3, 15. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 and 15 creates 23. 1 times 5, 6. 1 plus 5, 6. 1 times 5, 5. 2 times 3, 6. 2 plus 3, 5. I need this to create the 10-10 situation. I need the center heart of this to explode it from the inside out, or the 110 towers of the seventh gate. Here's your 911. Your 911 are reflective of each other. Here is your 9, and here's your 11. Well, how do you get that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 and 8, 9. 2 and 7, 9. 4 and 5, 9. 3 and 6, 9. And here we're going to go. Here we're going to go. Let me see this one over here. Boy, here we're going to go 9, 8, 2, 3, 6, 5. 6 and 5, 11. 2 and 9, 11. 3, and this is not supposed to be up here. It's down here. It's 4 and 7, 11. So here it's 44 and 36. When you light up the Hanukkah candles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 and you have 4. Once you light this up, you're lighting up 1. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. So on the first day you lit 1. On the second day you lit 2. On the third day you lit 3. On the fourth day 4. On the fifth day 5. Then 6. Then 7. Then 8. When you add this up, it equals to 36. But you also relit the main candle every day, which is 8, equaling to 44. Your 8 and your 9 have now come together. The other places your 8 and your 9 come together, and just to get back to what is 9 and 7, or why we get to 17, 18, and 19, how much more superior on a different level are these numbers, right? Is that the 9 is WXYZ, while the 7 is PQ, R, and S. When you add these up, okay, this will equal to a total of 18 and 17. This will equal to a total of 70. This one over here is going to equal to a total of 98. 23 and 26 is 49 and 49, 98. But what they did on the ATM is they put the Q and the Z over here and they removed it. It only becomes WXY. Okay. Whoop, I don't like the way I wrote that. WHY, right, becomes 72 and 26, equaling to 98. And over here, what they did is they removed the Q, making it what is 53 and 17, equaling to what is 70. So now we have 8, 8, and here we have 8 and 9. Now what has happened is this 8 goes to Q17, 1 and 7 equals to 8. This 8 is Z26 equals to 8. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. And over here, it equals to 43, like in Washington, D.C. And then over here, what happens on the other side, WXY equals 72 equals to 9, and PRS equals to 53 equals to 8. So instead of now having what was once, okay, 9 and 8, okay, equals to 17, and over here it equaled to 7. 1 and 7 equals to 8. Before we had 7 and 8. The heavens and the creation at the gateway. We've changed that Okay, the ATM took the hold of the Q and Z, and they made it 9 and 8 from 7 and 8. In one instance, if we're only counting to 8, we've moved this one into the Chaldean and gematria, the piano, the harmonics of the piano, if you want to look at it that way. The 8th day would be Monday of the 7th-day week if you want to count it. This day over here would be Tuesday if we moved it on over. So what is actually happening here? Number 53 comes in with the moon. Inside of here, P, red, Q, black. 17 is black, R and S are red. So I did get a black over here. Z is black and X is black. So in this one over here, we have 42. Let me see, 26. Oh, 26 and 24, we have 50. We have 50 and 23 and 48. The difference in colors, the odds and the evens with inside the numbers. So we see what happens. They made a transformation. This is where the ATM comes in, and this is what happens. Here is HI, and here is GH. Could make any sense. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. This will have a continuation and a gateway effect. Let me show you. 8 times 7 equals 56. 8 plus 7 equals to 15. The total of this is, did I get that right? 71. How did I create it? From 17. Now, what 71 does, 71 and 71 and 71, the next 71, because it creates the flip side of it, right? And the fourth side is the flip side of it, and 71. So we have 111, 222, 333, 444, and 724 minutes. 7 days, 24 hours a week equals 400, equals at a time of 444. Did I get that right? Just let me say that again. 724 minutes is 12 hours and 4 minutes. I don't know. This one over here. I think it's this one over here. Did I get, let me see. I just want to see something. I can't remember which way I went with this. Right. This is right. No, it's this. 7 hours, 24 minutes is 444 minutes. This is hours. This is minutes. It just works itself perfect into there. And this actually works itself good also. It becomes 304. 304th day is Halloween. So you can see what number 71, and since there's no 71, we have this, which is Q. Q is that number. Now, we were speaking about the sun and number 18 and high. What happens is the third creates 54. This will create the IT system in the sun. The mathematics, 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 equals to 20, and 9 equals to 29, which is the letter I and the letter T, birth in the house of Venus. When you have 20, you have 4 times 20 to equal to that 8. A couple of videos ago, and I think I missed out on a couple of things in here also. Just 1 second. I don't even remember what I was talking about 2 seconds ago. So there's just so much going on, so much information, just so much information going on. I spoke about ape and the relevance to what 22 and 88 is. Like 88, 22, 022, right? This is coming back to the old numbers. This is bringing us back to accepting those numbers. It's ape. We have monkey is 83. We have gorilla is 74. It's the same as energy, where time is 47. What is that? 23.5. Bell Canada Enterprises, W and E coming together, or BCE. Where else am I? I got these three. Where Jesus is number 74, where Christ is 77. And just to note that in there is this 7. If I turn it around, it's 7 over 1 equals to 4, transforming into both worlds between Celsius, 3C, and Fahrenheit. Right? Which is F6. You're 36, you're 360 degrees. Just a reminder to go back to it. Your time is within the 11 construct in which I had just shown you to what is, and this is funny because when I put this like this, right, this also shows up to what 9/11 could have been, but this one is 10/10. When you use 10/10, you use all, is this one 10/10? Here I connected 9/11 3/17. 9/11 3/17. I could have connected 2 3 equals to 5 and 7 8 equals to 15. Let me see if I would have did that. So I would have connected 1 and 4 equals to 5 and 9 and 6 equals to 15. Right. That's the way that these are the certain ways that we can connect this. I'm just trying to see which ways we connect this. Now, the thing about 1 and 4 and 2 and 3 is it creates this. I'm going to show you that inside this video. Do I have it? I think I got it right here. Yeah, right here. See that over here? It's right over here. And then I put the line down it over here. See the X is connected to this one? And this is number 23 over here. 21 and 19, 25 and 27. Then over here is 12. This is 14. Over here is 16 and 18 connecting over here. Remember I spoke to you about 16 and 18 before? Oh, just one other note is this here. Look on top of my head. It's about when it all began. I had 2 cats on the floor underneath me, and then I had the cat over here. But there was no cat on my head. So, and then if you want to look at this over here, the 42 tells me about the dividing gate. The 51 is telling me about my Q17. It's telling me about my Mars. It's telling me about blue. It's telling me about quarters. I'm going to tell you the reason why. Number 51 is Mars. 3 times 17 is 51. I know it's a base creation. 4 times is 68. It equals it to what is the house. Now 4 and 2 is 6, and 5 and 1 is 6. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. 5 and 3 is the energy. It goes over what is 7 and 5. 7 and 3 is 10. 5 and 5 is 10. It shows me it's the core. Now, since we have 84, 84 is Pluto. 3 times 28, which is the cycle of our moon. God rested on the 7th day, adding 4 hours to every single day, from 28 hours to 24 hours, and stretching out the days, stretching out the arms of one human on the 7th day to the 6 other humans. So if we are on day 6, right, and we only created human on day 6, can we not say 6 times 10 equals to 60, and 60, 120 for our hands and our feet? Then 3 times that, 3 times 120, because we need 3 for the cycle is 360 and 480. Anyways, it's going to be confusing, so I'm not going to go over that. But if you're at 84 and 51, it's 135, matter and energy. We run back into the sun. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1 will be 6 and 5 will be 11 and 30. It's our creation of the day through Mars. 3 times 28 equals to 84. 3 times 17. Now, what's funny about that? is 3 by 17 equals to 51. 3 by 28 equals to 84. 1 and 7 equals to 8. 2 and 8 equals to 10 equals to 1. That's your 18 coming back together. Your 51 and 84, 135, we'll say sun. I don't like that. Just give me 1 second to fix this. Okay, equals to sun. 13.5 divides the alphabet. It also gives me ME, which gives me MER. ME. It also tells me about the orange ball in pool. Is the 13 ball and the 5 ball. The total is 18 for R, okay, and it becomes 36. And what's funny about this is this shows me the two worlds of 9 and 13, 616 to 13, or if you're using one face to get the 13. I think I did that last night, all the ways to 13, 616, 5, 3. I always need two that are the same. If I'm working with 3, I always want 2 that are the same in this scenario. Otherwise, I can surely go, I can change all the numbers. I can go 1 and 3 and 8. Did I get that right? 1 and 4 and 8. I must start off 1, 4, 8, right? 1, 4, 8. One, 4, 8 equals to 13, and 2, 4, 7 equals to 13. Now my question is, can I also go 2, 3, 8? Now what do all these numbers say? According to games and according to the game of pool, there's only 7 balls on one side. So since there's 7 balls on one side and the 8 divides, am I allowed to use the 8 in this scenario to get the 13? Or should I be starting here, 7, and starting at 2? Because, not starting at 2, starting at 1, out to 7, and using 5 to get it that way. The reason for this is because I don't want to have more than 7 balls in one area. Okay, otherwise I'm on the other person's side. The other thing is I want to go as low as I can go. So it's either going to be this one or this one to reach the 7th gate. 2 and 4, 1 and 5. So then I go back, right? And I look at this, and I got 2 and 4 and 1 and 5 comes together. Anyways, that's just a little bit of my coincidence, right? Here's where the see this over here. Well, this will fit in with this. Instead of those people, if I put you the outside of this, it becomes this. And that goes inside of here or here. There are 2 of them. Here are the 26 letters, or here, then up here, the 20, or here. I can't go down. Because it's 1 and 1. When M and N come together, it's 1 and 1. So I can't go down. So it's this one and this one. Remember, I need 1 and 2 to work with this. I need to get 1 and 2 inside of this. One of the things about 1 and 2 is when we're multiplying, I just want to show you something. If I want to get to the number 47, right, and I want to use the A, B, C, D theory. If I just want to use the A series, I'm going to get 46 and 1. Or I'm going to get 48 and 1. If I use the B series, oh, sorry about that. Right, this would be the -1. If I get the B series, it'd be 45 and 2, or it would be, let me see this. Hold on a second. Or it'd be the 49 minus 2. If I take the C series, right, this is my complete series, it'll be the 44 plus 3. It'll be the 50 minus 3. your base creation. At what part are you coming into the creation? Once you've taken this, you've included these two over here. Now, when you get to the D in the mirror, where you get to the flip side creation, where the D is, right, we end up with, hold on a second, we end up with 43 plus 4, or 51. The mirror comes inside Mars, 51 minus 4. Another way to do it is like this, A, B, C. If we multiply 3 times something equals to something, right? Now we're going to do it this way. 3 times, give me a number. 3 times 16 equals to 48. So if we went 3 times 15, I'm missing a whole 3. I don't need to do it. It's going to fall right on. If I go 3 by 17, it's going to come down to a 3, so I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2 times 24 works out. 4 times 16, not 16, 4 times, what? Oh, yeah, 4 times 12 works out. So this is more or less a perfect number. If I'm working with 47, and we did this before, what we're going to do is we're going to go 2 times 23 plus 1. Then we're going to go 3 times, what is it? 15 plus 2. Then we're going to go 4 times 12 minus 1. And then we're going to go, hold on a second. Then we're going to go, hold on, I have to do it again. Right. I think that's what it is. So now what you've seen is I went in with 2s, I went in with 3s, and I went in with 4s. It was plus 1 using number 23. It was plus 2 using 15. It was minus 1 using 12. I'm not going to go to 5, okay, with this. And I'm not going to go to 4, because if I went to 4 times 12, right, minus 1. Oh, I can do that, right. 4 times, oh, I did that over here, right. So I can't really do it to anything else. You might be saying, well, why don't you use 5? Well, 5 times 9 equals to 45 minus plus 2. Can I go to 10? No, I can't go to 10. Not allowed to go to 10. So I go 5 times 9 equals to 45 plus 2. So that one worked out also. So there's nothing else I can do. Is there? 6 times 8 equals 48 minus 1. What other numbers are there? But there's no number that goes on. And I'm only allowed to miss by a 1 or a 2 in this. And the reason I'm only allowed to miss by a 1 or a 2 in this, okay, is because of the multiples of 3. Everything has to be surrounded of less than 3. Otherwise, it divides within it, just like 48 did. I don't know if I explained that properly. So the last piece I think I want to bring up, there's nobody here, and it is a little bit confusing, is we live in the sun system. It's number 18. It fits into what is 18, what is 78, which is 60 and 18, and what is 98, which is 4 times 20 plus 18. So those are the 3 areas of what 18 brings in. It brings in within the 7 and the 9, right? And we spoke about this before, and this is where the divided gate comes in, and it's inside the sun on a delta angle. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I don't like when I get that lost. I want to thank you for being here. Peace and love. We're going to end the stream. Numerology, the entity. We spoke at the beginning about Earth. We spoke about 10 codes. What day is the day before tomorrow and after yesterday? Hold down the fort. 4T. Hold down the mirror world. Her or me. Decide, or the decider. Now, when you say the decider, cider is like a
An apple cider can be like a wine, a spirit. So it dismembers your logical thinking. Apparently, logical or logiciel, which can be like the computer, over and under, over and out, over the hill, to overcome, um, to welcome, to a good citizen or citizen band, band radio, rad, which means bring both worlds together. This is the 10 world right here, IO 24. This is where your 9 and your 6 comes in. The 15th letter, 1 and 5, 6. The 9th letter, this is your base creation of 1 and 1 to the power of 2. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 1, 3 to the power of 2 equals to 9. This one is 121. I'm not really sure where that whole thing comes together, but I'm leaving it at that. Here's your 10 code. Here's your rad. Here's, okay, is the end of the mirror world at number 18, right? 18 and 1 and 4 and 9 and 15. 19 and 4 is 33 and 9 is 42, 52, 57. Is that possible? Radio is 57. 15 and 9 is 24 and 4 is 28, 29 and 18, 29, 39. Wow, 47 radio. That is amazing. Bring us the good news. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.